had been searching for the longest to find some church that would stand and give the actual meaning of God's word. A lot of the other religions, it's a watered down version.
As a child, I was raised Catholic, and I never felt the connection with the Catholic Church. I just had a lot of questions. So I had hopped around from a church and different things. I was more than willing to try it.
I was invited by a friend of mine.
I was invited by a workmate.
My professor.
They was passing out the little flyers.
I was invited by a neighbor.
It's a life-changing event to realize that what you were used to wasn't enough. You needed to know more.
I never been in a Bible study anything like what I attended that day. And it was everything came straight from the Bible. The question was asked, the answer was given. And I sit there and I thought to myself, you know what? I'm gonna give this a try.
The first lesson was about the Bible and why we use the Bible as our source of worshiping God. He invited me, he said, there's more to hear. Would you like to come back tomorrow? And I'm like, wow, there's more? There's more where that came from? So I was really excited. And I went back every day.
And I asked them, you mentioned a few times during the service that this is the one true church. How do you know? The first thing he quoted was Acts 20:28. He kept citing verse after verse of evidence backing up Acts 20:28 about why the Church of Christ was the true church. And it's like I said, it's stuck with me ever since.
I asked the minister, what do I need to do to be saved? And straight from the Bible, that's when he started showing it to me, verse by verse, one at a time.
The lesson was about the true God and the nature of the true God, who is the true God. I felt like, hey, this church, this is different. This church is actually teaching the true teachings from the Bible.
The way everything was laid out, one verse connecting to another verse, just like a jigsaw puzzle. And if you believe that the Bible is composed of the words of God, that they're the truth, then you won't doubt any of the prophecies that are written in the Bible.
When I went to my first worship service in the church, I was, impressed with the solemnity of the worship service.
The minister didn't say anything that came from his own understanding. He had everything come from the Bible. Everything had a verse backed up to it.
I would come into the worship services and I leave with something every day.
2020 has been a year that will definitely go down in the history books. So many things has happened this year. But because of my faith in God, I know that I am going to make it through all of these trials and tribulations and all of these difficult times.
My faith has been my cornerstone. It's been what I have leaned on and what I have relied on during this entire time.
The greatest impact that the church has had on my life is to help me to understand that it's not my way, it's God's way. If I want to receive salvation on the day of judgment, I have to make sure that my life conforms to the Word of God.
Now we're able to walk confidently each day knowing God's going to be with us. God's going to protect us. No matter what our eyes are seeing, He will be there for us.
So often people want to brag about their citizenship, whether it's in the U.S. or wherever it may be. But the one citizenship that we should all brag about is having the citizenship in heaven.
That to me is the most amazing feeling. I used to really struggle and worry about things. Now I don't. I'm at peace. Because I know that I will be there.
Knowing that I'm on the path to the heavenly kingdom, nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. Just stay the course.
And because we have the assurance of citizenship of heaven, our focus should be on, our true home in heaven.
I'm thankful that even though the world is full of, chaos, full of unrest and a lot of hatred, in the Church of Christ, Iglesia and Cristo, we have that true brotherhood, that no matter what your color is, no matter what your race is, we're all brothers and sisters inside this church. So I just wish that, more people would find out about this, like for my African American brothers, my Latino brothers, from all ethnicities. You are all welcome inside the Church of Christ.